tonight, it's going to be cold enough that we might actually see some frost issues throughout the region. So folks in the orchard industry, even backyard gardeners, should take care of their plants. You can see scattered showers still showing up on the Pacific Northwest radar throughout the region. The heaviest, and of course, well to our north. Here in southern Oregon and northern California, we've got a bit of an unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow. Believe it or not, military aircraft flying through the region is dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic, or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is. 50 in Medford right now.
Geoengineering, or chemtrail spraying, is becoming an everyday occurrence and more visible to the population every day. Any given day, you can go outside and observe commercial or military aircraft leaving persistent trails in the sky that dissipate and ultimately coat the sky. The official explanation for geoengineering include weather modification and the blocking of solar rays by dumping aluminum, barium, and strontium in the form of sulfates and oxides. The artificial clouds then absorb these heavy metals, rain down, and subsequently contaminate the water supply. Let's listen for a minute from former CIA Director John Brennan while he's briefing at a meeting of the Council on Foreign Relations, and from some other researchers concerning geoengineering.
Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly.
Other particulates, they know that this will have a reflective quality, that the particles will stay in the atmosphere for some period of time before they come back to Earth, and that this will reduce the amount of direct sunlight reaching the Earth. If we rely on the belief system that we believe this without factual proof, then we're in trouble, because everyone is going to think that we're a nutcase. And that's what the astrobiologists at NASA say about people who believe in chemtrails. They say, well, we don't have any proof, we're nutcases. And therefore, our voices are marginalized and have been since the 1990s. Starting in 1996, the U.S. Air Force declared that chemtrails was a hoax. The EPA, all of our government agencies had declared that it was an internet hoax, a conspiracy theory. And thus, since I can't define the word chemtrails, as there's no definition legally except hoax, I declined to use this term because it would marginalize my voice and the voices of those using it. The one thing we know and can prove is that rocket programs and atmospheric releases from rockets from the military and NASA and other agencies are releasing particles and chemicals into the atmosphere which can have negative effects on us. Some of the same that are said to be released by jets leaving persistent jet contrails.
Required to corporatize and control our weather. What we see in the sky on a regular basis, these long white trails that do not dissipate, they actually form artificial clouds and block the sun, is an expressed goal of geoengineers.
Aerosols are discussed in these papers time and time again. So what are these aerosols?
They talk about how they need to spray these metal particulates less than 2 microns in diameter into our upper atmosphere to shield us from radiation, and this is supposed to be good for us.
While watching a video that was recently published by the Strange Sky Project about the firmament, wherein he showed some pretty compelling video of what appeared to be the firmament above the clouds while he was recording a time-lapse, I began to connect some dots in my mind, being that it was a typical chemtrail-covered sky kind of day for me. I'll post a link in the description for the video. The flat earth cosmology matches with the biblical outline of creation and has led scores of people to the eventual acknowledgement of the Most High, the divine creator. Between the Bible and the Book of Enoch, there are hundreds of verses to substantiate that the earth is flat, stationary, and fixed on pillars, that the earth is the center of the universe, and that the celestial bodies revolve around us just as we perceive. Simultaneously, this goes directly against the Jesuit concoction of the heliocentric globe model of Earth, which is another reason why they lie, in my opinion. Let's highlight a couple of verses. Isaiah 66:1. Thus saith the Most High, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. According to ancient Hebrew cosmology, the earth consists of land masses in the midst of level oceans, surrounded by the waters above and the waters below, also known as the Great Deep. God's throne is situated above the firmament. Exodus 24:10. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of a sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness. From this verse, let's take a look at the color of sapphire. It is a deep blue color that matches the same color scheme as what scientists have called sky stone. Let's take a look.
Local Fuller chief was said to have given it to Pitoni, a blue stone with mysterious white lines upon its surface. After returning to Europe, Pitoni took the stone to the Institute of Natural Sciences of Geneva and then University La Sapienza in Rome for further analysis. To his surprise, tests revealed that it was not a turquoise, or indeed anything that could officially be identified. Furthermore, the blue stone didn't correspond to any known mineral. But the most intriguing thing is its color. Researchers still do not understand how the stone has acquired or retained its color. This even though several universities and laboratories have analyzed the artifact at great length. It seems its color remains a mystery. Mysteriously, at the University of Utrecht, the stone underwent several tests with use of strong acids, but none of the acids could affect the stone. It was even heated to over 3,000 degrees Celsius, yet its composition wasn't altered. When a small piece of the stone was pulverized and viewed under the microscope, it curiously lost its color. Now known as the sky stone, according to analysis, an amazing 77.17% of the stone is somehow made of pure oxygen. The remaining percentage was divided between carbon, calcium, and another unknown element. When researchers crushed a piece of the sky rock and mixed it with acetone, hexane, and methylene, and then enhanced the extractions with ultrasound, they were eventually able to locate an organic compound that is currently unknown to science. Dated at 55,000 years old, just what is the sky stone? How could it possibly be made mostly of oxygen? Is this stone a past remnant left by a once advanced civilization? Or maybe its origins are not even local to Earth? Amazing.
A mysterious stone made from 77% oxygen, also composed of an element unknown to science whose origins may not even be local to Earth. Now, let's connect some dots. As previously stated, an effect of the spraying of chemtrails is the coating of the sky. This may perhaps be done purposefully so we can't see the true color of the sky. You see, even on the clearest day, we don't really get to see the true color of the sky because of the constant haze created by the spraying. As you may know, I fly quite often. This gives me the opportunity to see the sky from above the haze. This is a video that I took recently while flying over the Atlantic Ocean. First, you'll notice the flat horizon, but while observing the horizon, you'll see that there seems to be a clear point of elevation where the clouds, whether natural or artificial, do not pass. We are now flying above the haze. Now, look when I pan up to the sky. You'll notice that the sky itself bears a striking resemblance to the element known as sky stone. This is the true color of the sky. I conclude that in addition to weather modification, blocking of solar rays, poisoning the air, and the water supply, another purpose for chemtrail spraying is to hide from us the true color of the sky. Seriously, at this point, how easy would it be for anyone to whip out their smartphone, pull up a picture of a sky stone, explain what it is, and point to the sky? But from the ground, we can't see the sky for what it really is because the constant haze from the chemtrail spraying. Think about it. You've been deceived about where you will live your entire existence. The question is, does it bother you enough to say something about it? Let me know what you think in the comment section. From here, spread the truth, expose the lies, and demand answers. This is the Flat Earth Offensive. You are the resistance. And as always, be good to each other, take care of yourself, and stay flat. I'll see you next time. Links are in the description.